First of all,
Hello.
it was the protests. Now it's this. How bad are things?
Well, since last June, the business, particularly for the catering business in Hong Kong, has been greatly affected. And since end of January, because of the Chinese New Year, then there's the outbreak of the COVID-19. And this pandemic actually, is affecting not only in China, but also in Hong Kong and also worldwide. But then in the past few months, Hong Kong, is suffering a lot from this pandemic, and the government has do a lot of measures to trying to contain this, the situation, and hopefully we can, get through this difficult time.
Tell me, Simon, the thing is, how much of this has also been made worse by people being rather stubborn and bringing down rents? Are you seeing an evidence of rents now actually coming down and people getting a holiday from paying rent just so that they can stay in business and the person will have a tenant at the end of the day?
Well, first of all, the property market in Hong Kong is slowing down, and then when you see that the rent of a lot of shops has come down to about 25 to 30%, and some even come down to 40%, then it shows that the economy here is not very promising. Well, the problem is in the past months we have been affected greatly by the pandemic, and then there are some cases confirmed with the infection, and the government is putting a lot of measures trying to control the spreading of the COVID-19. Well, having said that, the economy, although has been greatly affected, but then the government is launching several measures trying to help the economy, especially for those seriously affected industries, such as the catering industry, the retail industry, the tourism industry, something like that. And particularly because I'm in the catering business, I have to praise the government to help this industry by rolling out 2 rounds of relief fund. And particularly, one of the measures is to have the 100% low interest loan up to 4 million Hong Kong dollars for all SMEs to pay for the salaries of employees and also paying the rent. So in such case, I see that there could be a slowdown of the unemployment rate. For example, like in February, we have an unemployment rate for the catering industry of 7.5%. And then in March, the number has gone up to 8.6%. And I expect that in April, the unemployment rate would go up as high as up to 9%. So this is rather alarming, and the government has to do something on that.
Simon, is the Hong Kong F&B sector still grappling with the issue of global supply chain disruptions? China's back online, some of Asia also back online, but is the Hong Kong F&B sector still finding it difficult to get supplies, for instance?
Well, at the moment, the F&B sector, when you are talking about the supply chain, is a little bit affected, but it's not that serious. when we see that, particularly for the food part, almost 80% or 75% of the food products are coming from China, and China actually for the past month the pandemic has been in some way fully controlled, and there is a lot of transportations and also logistics, going on between China and Hong Kong, and then we receive every day we still receive a lot of trucks and delivering food and things to Hong Kong. But but for those overseas deliveries, for example, shipment from the United States and also shipment from European countries, those would be affected because there are delays in arranging the shipment, and also because of the supply chain, which has been broken down.
Simon, we know that you're expanding in China. What opportunities do you see? Because during the SARS outbreak, Chinese economy was booming. Now, during this pandemic, China is actually slowing down. Consumer behaviors may have changed.
You're correct to say that, but then I am looking forward to see that there will be more opportunities in the near future after the pandemic situation, especially in the GBA area. That is the Greater Bay area. The business in that area is still quite well. Although the whole area or the whole region has been affected by the pandemic, but then, for my company, because we also supply coffee and tea for the whole China, particularly in southern part of China, and GBA region is one of our main market. And in the next coming year, we are still we have plans actually to invest in the GBA by expanding our production facilities and doing many other marketing work in order to catch the opportunity.